headed to the Timeless Materials wood shop in Waterloo, Ontario. Quick zip down the highway and then quickly to the metal shop, and going to try and make that before it closes. We got to select the wood and hopefully they'll do a little cutting for us, and see you in there. We made it. Metal cut up. Got to make some angled pieces here. Now the work begins. Quick tip here: when you're using your miter saw, you have your degree markers here on the bottom, but don't go by those. Make sure you measure out your line and adjust the miter saw to the line you measure with your more accurate measuring device. So, you know, this is quite coarse here. Measure twice, cut once. It's gonna take about 11 minutes. That was really difficult because of the dull saw and just measuring, making sure we're getting it right. Gonna make an adjustable foot, but now we're moving on to sanding the top here. So we're gonna have a nice sand down. We're gonna use the orbital sander. Start with a 120 grit. Get it nice and smooth, keeping pressure everywhere, not digging in. And we're gonna move to 240. And it'll be good for the poly. So I screwed up. I was cutting this piece off and I wasn't supporting it. I was just in my haste. I clamped it and the whole thing just fell off, taking with it this little piece here, which has unfortunately led to that imperfection on the top side. Here I am paying for my mistake. And the payment is time and doing this. I really need a needle. It's like you have to open the wound. Oh my goodness, it's working. You may be asking, why does Artie have a needle? Well, I don't know, good question. Let's get some glue in there. Good pressure on there. What a panic. I've got the wipe on poly. It's time to see what it's gonna look like wet. Wow, very, very happy with this. Whew. That's enough for today. Tomorrow's welding. And we'll try not to burn ourselves. That's well earned. Good morning. Today we've let the first coat dry on our piece of wood here. Now we're going to take a nice 400 grit sandpaper. We're going to get it under a block and we're just going to get lightly sanded. Then we're going to take another application of poly, let it dry 3-4 hours, another sand, and then maybe one last application, but I might do that back at home. So easy does it on this one. An important piece of the puzzle here is to make sure your table is level. That way when you do measurements, you can make sure that you're leveling based off the earth and you're working off the the standard here, standard model. We've got it all leveled up. Now I'm cutting out some support pieces. This triangle here will go right here. And we're going to use the old zip disc for that. Alright, come take a look at this. So you can see right here, didn't get as good pooling over here, so the majority of the burning was happening up on this piece, so this isn't going to be as strong. So over here, when you've got a nice consistent burn between both pieces. This is a thicker piece here, so it requires more, the base plate requires a bit more heat. On the other legs, when I was welding this side first here, the melting contracted this, so it actually pulled the angle out just a little bit. So this brace wasn't exactly sitting, it was just sitting just a little shy. And luckily that puts a little bend outward on the leg, just slightly by a degree or so. So I'm gonna do the exact same method. Where are my crappy welds? Well, these have turned out a little better. Taking it a little slower. Turned the settings up on my visor so I could see a little better, and I'm happy with that. Practice. In order to save some time putting these huge 1/2-inch lag bolts in, we're going to be employing a technique from the auto industry. Get it started there, and luckily we've got one of these. There we go. That makes it easy. Now the next time you install these or take them out, the thread will be cut and it'll be much easier. You can do it by hand, no problem. Here, we're just using technology to help ourselves out. Things are coming together here on the workshop. Oh my goodness.
It's solid as rock.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah. Good job.
There it is, the grand reveal. It's stable. Can't push it over. It's locked in. Have to do a little cleanup work still here by the welds, but needed to get it. There we go. Alright, and thanks to Mom for helping out. Look at that. Wow. Signed, sealed, and delivered. There you have it. Full weekend's work, new bar table. Nice live edge top and some industrial steel legs. The beauty of those is you just don't have to finish them. So until next time, don't cut something the wrong size.